This is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Brooks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Oh, don't worry. Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium here in Girard, getting set for tonight's Kansas Class 3A high school basketball matchup between the Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. Got a boys-girls doubleheader coming up. Second time these teams have met this season. I'm Josh Ledner, alongside me, Daryl McLeod. As we're getting set for tonight's doubleheader, we may have a cameo from B.J. Harris.
A scary one.
You know, just a programming note, in the last, 10 days, all 3 of us have been infected with influenza B, and while we pose no danger to the public right now, each one of us is operating with roughly 1/3 of a voice.
True.
So
hopefully all 3 of us
we may have to tag team this thing to get through the night, but for right now, mine's holding up, so I'll lead things off. We do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. It's already doing it. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Squiggly everything. Yeah. All right. Well, it's going to happen at some point in time. Well, this thing's going to blow out.
The thing I'm worried about most, maybe something exciting is going to happen. I'm just going to go into a coughing fit. So
my voice will squeak off, and then I'll cough to death. And something's kind of fuzzy about our microphones. We apologize for that, and not entirely sure what that's about. But we'll try to get to the bottom of it as we move through the night. And, eventually we get these things worked out right about fourth quarter of the boys' game.
True.
We should be golden. Okay. So let's go ahead and step away for our first break of the night. We'll come back and fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. The Trojans and the Bulldogs coming up in just a bit on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Crawcan's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Crawcan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Crawcan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium in Girard, getting set for tonight's boys-girls doubleheader between the Girard Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me Daryl McLeod, and BJ Harris here as well. And between the three of us, we ought to be able to get through this one tonight with a voice. If not, we'll just stop talking. True. And we'll let the video do the talking. Okay, well, let's see. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers. That's the halftime show. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. I bet our local bankers love it when we mix up which show we're doing.
Yeah.
And
I always thought it was kind of funny that it's the two banks.
Yeah.
But hey.
I find it confusing, obviously, at times when I'm not zeroed in on it. But the Trojans coming into tonight's game, let's talk about the girls first. They're at 11-2 on the season. They have the top record in all of Eastern Kansas in Class 3A. So a lot of positivity surrounding this Girard girls team. They are coming off a loss last Friday night against Colgan, a rough night just for anybody associated with anything to do with Girard. And they lost that game 48-29 against Colgan. No scorers in double figures for the Trojans, and that probably kind of tells the tale of that game. But again, Colgan probably the top team in all of Kansas Class 2A, so
yes,
it's a respectable opponent for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the area matchups brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing. It's 620-724-8100. 153 high school basketball games going on across the state of Kansas tonight. We're going to talk about 14 of them, but if you're a Trojan fan, you only care about one of them. And we're going to talk a lot about that one here coming right up. But tonight, Wichita Independent on the road to take on Independence. Burlington is at Anderson County, and that's an interesting sub-state matchup for us to keep an eye on. Southeast is at St. Paul. Riverton's at Columbus. Santa Fe Trail welcomes in Iola. St. Mary's Colgan hosts Baxter Springs tonight. Labette County is at Winfield. We're going to maybe experience a little bluegrass out there. Wellsville's at Prairie View. Yates Center travels to Oswego. Uniontown is at Pleasanton. Ottawa, one of the top teams in Kansas Class 4A, is going to take on Pittsburgh tonight in Pittsburgh. Erie is at Cherryvale. Frontenac travels to Parsons, and Fredonia is at Neodesha. So those are a look at some of the area matchups going on around southeast Kansas tonight. We'll step away for another break. We come back, we'll get you your keys to the game, starting lineups as we get closer to the Trojans and the Bulldogs coming up on Girard Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here. Hi, I'm Eddie. 2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, getting set for tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. Josh Lettner alongside me, BJ Harris and Daryl McLeod, and we're trying to get rid of that weird fuzz you're hearing coming through the microphone, maybe. And if you aren't, great. Either way, we're gonna work it out. Okay, let's go ahead and talk keys to the game tonight. And Trojans already faced Galena once this season, came out of Galena with a lopsided victory, especially on the girls' side. Earlier this season for the Trojans, you got to think the keys come down to forcing turnovers and taking care of the basketball yourself early on in this game. And last time these two teams met, Trojans able to jump out to an early lead, never look back. You got to think that fast start's the key to tonight's game for the Trojans as well.
My turn.
All right. Yeah, but you know, they're calling the best color man in the business for nothing. The keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks in the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highways 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net.
Josh, if you're watching on TV, the folks at home perhaps can see the T-shirts that the girls are wearing, the coaches are wearing tonight, the number 11, the Carly Way. If you remember last year, losing Carly Tort to cancer, and then they've dedicated the entire season to her. They didn't dedicate this year's season, but they are going to have a game every year to remember the Carly Way, and coaches worked on some leadership skills that are based on that entire concept, and then applying it to the girls, and really just trying to draw that through line and continue to capture that memory of Carly and her team at the time, the Giant Killers at the time, and the foundation that was built by that group of girls is really what's been built here in Girard over the last 20 years. And so Coach really trying to utilize that grief a little bit and put it into practice and really capturing the way Carly led her team as far as like leading by example, holding yourself more accountable than you hold other people accountable sometimes, and just leading by showing up at the gym at 5:45 in the morning. Even though you're the leading scorer on a basketball team that's going to go win a game at the state tournament, you're still there early to get better. And so he's really trying to instill that and continue to keep that in his program for years to come.
Yeah, Carly, those who, we called a lot of games with her, great player, better human, and a real inspiration to this team, and it's good to see that continuing year on year here in Girard. I think we got one more break to get through, Daryl. Are we good? He's shrugging at me, so I'll take that as a firm maybe. We'll just stay right here and talk starting lineups. Your starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start off this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First, for the visiting Galena Bulldogs, they'll start senior guard Riley Boyce. She's number 2 in your program. Number 3, freshman Mackenzie New. Number 12, junior Morgan Strong. Number 15, sophomore Wesleyan Russell. And number 21, sophomore Riley Meyer. For the Trojans, we didn't get official confirmation on this, so I could be proved wrong by the public address announcer in just a moment. But it looks like we're going to start number 11, 5'8", senior Jariah Adolph, number 12, 5'8", sophomore Kennedy Keller, 5'9", junior, number 14, Maddie Kester, number 22, look, 5'6", sophomore Carson Oran, and number 23, 5'9", junior Erica Boatman.
Welcome to the 10R Taylor Gymnasium. In tonight's CNC League contest, we welcome our visitors, the Galena Bulldogs. Tonight is a special night for the Lady Trojans basketball team. Tonight we honor Carly Tort Carnes and the short but powerful and wonderful life she lived. Carly was a 2010 member of the legendary Giant Killers team, who were the first girls team in Girard basketball history to make it to state in 2009. In 2010, her and her teammates completed a 3rd place finish in 4A state. Her and her fellow seniors could boast 4 undefeated CNC championships and an overall record of 78-15. Carly was also a member of the 1,000-point club and excelled in her fall and spring sports as well as a true student athlete. She went on to run marathons and become Dr. Carly Tort Carnes and married the love of her life, Skylar Carnes, before passing away in 2023 after an inspirational fight with melanoma cancer. If you would ask Carly about her accomplishments, though, it was not the titles, trophies, or individual honors that made her life special, but the family, friends, teachers, teammates, coaches, and people she was able to spend time with and build relationships with that made it special. Carly was special, one of one. She set herself apart from everyone with her qualities of relentless perfection, faith, loyalty, grit, competitiveness, passion, empathy, selfishness, and the grace that she had for everyone she came into contact with. Carly had an amazing grace and understanding for others while holding almost unreachable goals and expectations for herself. Wouldn't the world be a better place if we all held ourselves to a high standard and blamed others less? We are thankful for Carly, for the Carly example and spirit, and they are alive and well in the Lady Trojan players here tonight, wearing a warm-up in her honor. Play with heart, live with passion, leave a legacy. # the Carly Way. Baked goods will be for $1 out in the hallway for the Carly Ford Foundation. At this time, we ask everybody to please rise for the presentation of our colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag Our national anthem is performed this evening by the Girard High School Band under the direction of Miss Jenna Morris.
All right, that's our national anthem performed by the Girard High School Pep Band. And we are underway. That flag roller's going pretty slow, Daryl. DJ, I don't know.
Might need some grease.
I don't know. I think it needs another gear.
Mr. Schwartz needs to get up there and grease the Zerks on that.
We'll talk to him about the Zerks after the game.
I'm glad to be here, buddy, with you. I haven't been inside Ted Artilio Gymnasium this year for a ball game, and really excited to watch the Trojan girls 11-2 on the season and put together a nice year. Got a chance to go out and watch them at the state tournament. Many of these girls were on that team, and that experience certainly seems to be paying off just a little bit for them. This group of girls have kind of come together. There's still some youngsters, and so they're going to make some mistakes, and I think you saw that in the second half of that game against Colgan. You get against a really good team, you've got some inexperience. Sometimes that adversity can overwhelm you. But it's very important to have that happen in a season that you have expectations of going to the state tournament, because 2 days in Hutchinson, 3 days in Hutchinson is just adversity. It's one adversity after another, every trip down the floor. They got to see that last year. And the team they played, I've never called a game where every possession mattered in a game, every single one. If you blew one, you better get one back because it's going to cost you. And playing at that level in a high-level game like a vast state tournament can push you into your next year, but then you've got to build on that within the year. And sometimes the losses like they had on homecoming actually put you in a better position. I talked to Coach Herlocker just a little bit ago about it. In the team that won a state championship a few years ago, now 10 years ago it seems, had one loss on their record that year. One loss at Washburn Rural, playing a 6A team that ended up being a tournament team. Had no business really going up there to play that good of a team. Played them close but lost. And that loss, I think, was crucial to that group of girls winning a state title. I'm not saying that's what the Colgan loss is going to do, But if you can learn from it and parlay that into the last quarter of your year and roll into a sub-state tournament and then a state tournament with that mentality, it's going to help you get to where you want. This is a team that can go make waves at the sub-state certainly, but then at the state tournament if they're able to get there.
Yeah, and these Galena girls kind of got off to a slow start this year as they come in with a 4-7 record, but last week an impressive 44-28 win at Frontenac. And if you've watched the CNC League this year, that's almost kind of a head-scratcher because you watch the Trojan girls really have to battle with Frontenac to get a win. Now, not necessarily surprising, but these Galena girls probably coming into tonight with a good degree of confidence coming off that big win last week. Trojans control the opening tip. Boatman has it. We'll give it up to Dry Adolph. We're underway here in Girard as the Trojans have the first shot in an offensive possession tonight. As O'Rand with it up at the top of the key, guarded by Riley Boys. Boatman pops out, takes the pass on the wing, now picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Adolph. Down across court, entry pass to Kester, wide open under the bucket, off the glass and good.
Bulldogs in a zone defensively, and Trojans just patient and then find the open person. That's all you got to do against the zone.
Now Galena with it on the offensive end, and there's a pass tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Kester. It'll stay with the Bulldogs as Morgan Strong set to inbound from the far side. Strong surveying. She'll go over the top, gets it into Wesleyan Russell, top of the key, gets it right back to Strong. Three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. Rebound comes down to Jariah Adolph.
Boatman, good help in there punching that ball out.
Boatman with a double-double last week, and I took advantage of it at the Eastside Cafe.
Nice.
Kester for three is good. And the Trojans are such a difficult team to stop when those outside shots are falling. Kester with 5 here early for the Trojans.
Especially Maddie with her length really makes a matchup issue on the perimeter to be able to close out on her and make any difference.
Pass goes across to Strong, top of the key. She'll give it up to Riley Meyer. Now they get it down low, and they're going to whistle that foul on Erica Boatman. And another one where if she'd stayed straight up, she might not have gotten the ball, but she probably wouldn't have gotten the foul.
Well, she's going with the ball to the rim, and at a point you've kind of got to make a decision. Okay, this is as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to stop and take that contact. But if you're moving with them, they're going to call that every time.
Wesleyan Russell at the line for the first time tonight. First free throw off the mark. I thought Darryl just quit on us.
I know.
That one way off the mark, short.
Had trash.
And that will hand it back to the Trojans. Well,
both teams out in the zone.
I'll tell you
now
what,
going to put a little pressure in the backcourt.
Darryl's not a guy who litters.
Nope.
Trojans beat the press. Right down the lane for O'Rand. Baseline for Boatman. Little 10-footer goes. Trojans up 7-0 here. 6.5 to play first quarter. Battling her way down floor is Riley Boys, hassled by Kennedy Keller. Kennedy had to play a very physical game against Fort Scott last week, but did a great job defensively, slowing down a very talented Fort Scott squad. Pass over to the far side to Boys. She handles it after the deflection. Now kicks it near side to Morgan Strong. She'll put it on the floor to the wing. Now shovel pass over to Riley Meyer. Now on the opposite wing is Russell. She'll work it around the perimeter, and so far Galena right along the edge of that Trojan defense.
Trojans playing a zone, 1-3 zone with a rover. That's Keller. She's got 2. Keller's playing man on 2 the whole time, and everybody else is in a zone. So Riley Boys is their focus right now defensively.
Three-point bucket for Riley Meyer. And if you're Galena, you're going to have to make a few of those to stay in this one tonight, I imagine. Trojans with it on the offensive end. Adolph with it on the wing into the corner to O'Rand. She'll drive baseline. A lot of contact, no call. Ball comes away to Wesleyan Russell. And O'Rand's going to pick up the charge. And Russell gave her the forearm shiv right to the chest in front of the scorer's table.
Now, usually when both feet come off the ground, that's going to be a charge.
Yeah.
It just was the arm extended away from the body, trying to get that separation that led to the foul.
And O'Rand will get it into the backcourt. Set up the half-court offense for the Trojans. Into the corner to Adolph. Open for 3. She'll pull the trigger just off the mark. Rebound comes down to Keller, and she's fouled on the putback.
Trojans really aggressive on the offensive glass, able to get second chance opportunities, and that's what led to the foul right here.
This is Keller's first trip to the stripe tonight.
To the line, shooting 2, number 12, Kennedy Keller.
And if you're Riley Boys, who is now manned up with Kennedy Keller, and you're thinking, I could shake her.
No.
Nope. It's going to be tough. Super athletic, super fast, and Keller, and she's going to one-up on one of their best offensive players.
Yeah, she's like trying to shake off a freckle. It's not going to happen. Trojans up 9-3, under 5 to play, first quarter. Boyce with it. Now the little half-court trap being applied by the Trojans, and they're going to get a foul on Carson O'Rand reaching in at the end. Oh, I'm sorry, they got Keller with the body.
They had that trap right where they wanted it, though. If they don't foul right there, it's going to turn into a turnover.
Yeah, at that point, the half-court line becomes the third defender because you're trying to get them to either turn it over or commit a backcourt. Same thing.
I can tell you.
When slapped out of bounds from behind by Keller, it'll stay with Galena.
She's going to need some help to come out here to get that ball across. The number one thing you're told when you're trying to break a press like that is don't go to one of those corners to have what you just described have happen. Try to stay in the middle of the floor, and so far she's dribbled right into that trap.
Marley Sisney checks in, giving Keller a breather. There's a turnover, and Adolph comes away with it. Over to O'Rand, top of the key, over to Kester. Now Coach Herlocker calling the play in. Sisney thought about it. Now back up top to O'Rand. Free throw line to Kester. Good ball movement. Kester with it again on the blocks, off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Boatman, and she's fouled on the putback, and Erica will head to the line.
Again, offensive glass leading to second chance opportunity. They add up no matter how you get them.
To the line, shooting 2, number 23, Erica Boatman.
Boatman's first free throw on the way around and out.
Subbing in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 21, Riley Meyer.
Riley Meyer into the game for Galena, replacing Morgan Strong. Boatman's second shot, good. 3 points for Erica Boatman. Trojans lead it by 7. Boys carrying it up the floor. There we go. She gets a little bit of help. That was almost a walk. Now we get over to Mackenzie New on the far side, working against Carson O'Rand. New gives it up quickly to, and then we got a foul on the outside.
You have to adjust.
Fouls on number 14, Maddie Kester, her first.
The further away from the basket you get, the more likely those reach fouls, hand checks are going to come. And there's a lot of basketball played out here well beyond the basket right now.
Boyce with it. She'll pull up for a Steph Curry 3, and it rattles in. And Trojan lead down to 4. Galena's got 2 field goals, both of them from 3-point range. Sisney not quite ready for the pass, but got it anyway. Now O'Rand working against Boyce, trying to disrupt her timing as Galena's trying to step up the defensive intensity a little bit. And Erica Boatman drills a 3 from the corner.
Nice answer.
She's got 6. Trojans back up by 7. Boyce gives it up to Meyer. Now back to Boyce. Almost. Galena kind of some dangerous things with the basketball. Got away with a double dribble there. Gives it up to Michaela Matthews.
Oh my gosh.
Now back out. Boyce is going to launch it.
Oh my gosh.
Heat check, and it's no good, and that'll get it back to the Trojans.
It was online.
Yeah. Just needed to be about 3 feet closer to the bucket. Dry Adolph will get a rest. Kennedy Keller back into the game for the Trojans.
Bulldogs afflicted a little bit with one of the challenges that you're going to have against the Trojans. If you can't, your ball handling skills aren't where they need to be, they will exploit that, and that's exactly what's happening right here.
Boatman with it, top of the key. Now Sisney with it, back to Boatman at the elbow. She'll elevate in the middle of the lane, and it's good.
Real headsy dish by Sisney to find Boatman kind of hiding there at the high post, and she knew exactly what to do with it.
And Boatman's sweet spot is that high post, and she's pretty deadly from right in front of that free throw line. This is Riley Meyer with it, going to be trapped and gives it up, but it's slapped out of bounds by Kester. It'll stay with Galena.
3 straight trips this ball has not entered the 3-point line. It has not gotten that close to the basket.
Boyce with it. Kicks it over to Meyer. And there's a timeout on the floor as Coach Zach Shockey wants to talk it over with his team. We'll stay right here for the 30-second timeout.
Off to a pretty good start for the Trojans. You mentioned getting to a fast start. Galena makes it difficult to kind of do what you want to do offensively, which is going to be one of the keys to their success. But so far, the Trojan defense is just overwhelming right now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they haven't been able to get the ball inside that 3-point line, so all of their points to this point have come from long range, beyond like NBA 3 range. And Riley Boyce hit a 3-pointer. Riley Meyer hit another 3-pointer, and that's it so far for Galena's offensive production. They get it into Wesleyan Russell. Now back out to Morgan Strong. There's some contact, and they're going to whistle a foul, I believe, this one against Carson Oran.
Yeah, a little bit of incidental because she got tangled up there, but got to call something there.
Coach Herlocker is amused and perturbed by it all at the same time. 3-point shot on the way from Meyer. Too strong off the iron. Rebound brought in by Keller. And Oran will handle it up the floor for Girard. Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Trojans by 9. Boatman gives it up to Oran. Over to Sisney. You see Galena occupying that free throw line. 3 bodies. Nice dish by Kester to find Erica Boatman right in front of the bucket, and her shot good.
That zone defense spacing is so important in maintaining, and as the Trojans worked that ball around, their zone just kept collapsing. Before long, everybody was underneath the basket, and easy one for Boatman.
Showed on the way from Morgan Strong off the mark. Rebound down to Boatman. Into the corner, Sisney. Now she'll put it on the floor, dribble it back out. Oran now opposite side to Kester, back to Oran, near side to Sisney. She'll put it on the floor, into the lane, steps through, off the glass, off the mark, rebound. Trojans put back good, Kester.
Another offensive board, lead the points.
7 points for Kester. Trojans lead it by 13. We're under a minute now in the first quarter. Morgan Strong with it. There's your first shot from inside the free throw line. And we got a foul as Sisney was trying to get dribble out of traffic. Will this one on Riley Boyce. That's her second.
Number 3, Mackenzie New. And for the Lady Trojans, number 11, Girard Adolph, and number 25, Bailey Walker.
Shift change for the Trojans as Bailey Walker checks into the game. So now your 5 on the floor are Orand, Adolph, Keller, Walker, and Sisney. And Sisney's pass picked off by Boyce, who's off and running, but Orand cuts her off, and now Keller's there to, I don't know.
It was a really nice job in transition defense by Orand to get back there and hustle to stop that. That looked like it was going to be a run out, and she just beat her to the point and at least forced her to shoot some free throws here.
And you mentioned the ball handling skills earlier, BJ, and it's hard to get a run out when you're not a really sure ball handler.
Well, that's no joke. We talked earlier in the pregame about
Boyce hits the first.
Getting yourself to a place where you can go compete at the state tournament. And it's not about scoring out there. It's about taking care of the basketball. And everybody can play defense and everybody can get the ball up and down the floor. So the teams that can't do that as well will get exposed. And so protecting the basketball and valuing possessions is a lesson to be learned in the first 20 games of the year so you can win those last 3.
Sisney with it now on the wing. Gets it back out to Adolph up top. And Boyce really trying to play tough defense. Sisney open for 3. She'll take it and drills it. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Trojans end it with an exclamation point. They lead at 22-7. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Maddie Kester checks into the game for the Trojans as Kennedy Keller sits. Bulldogs with the ball to start the second quarter. Trojans way out in front, 22-7. This is Meyer with it. Now Morgan Strong will put it on the floor. Back to Meyer on the wing. She picked up a dribble, nowhere to go with it. Gives it back to Strong. Guarded by Orand. Now back to Riley Meyer. Oh, almost. Kicks it over. Morgan Strong thought about a 3. Now she'll give it back to Meyer. Dribbling far side, and Carson Orand's going to better be careful dribbling around Carson out there. Tips that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Trojans have gone to a man defense here in the second quarter. Just trying to keep them off guard a little bit.
Adolph guarding Boyce. Goes into the corner. Strong with it, in trouble. Kicks it out to Meyer. And there's a turnover. Kester comes away with it on the run for the Trojans.
Good.
Stops and pops and gets one to go off the glass.
Nice patience there for Maddie to get to where she wanted to be and face up and take a nice shot.
It's just like Top Gun, BJ. You hit the brakes and let them fly right by.
That's right.
Strong with it. They get it into the lane to Wesleyan Russell, and it's only the 3rd time tonight the ball's been inside the lane for Galena. Kinsey New, she'll kick it outside to Strong. Now Meyer works it around the perimeter. New with it in the lane. She'll kick it back out. Shot on the way from Morgan Strong. No good. Rebound, Jari Adolph. And she'll handle it up the floor for Girard. Boatman with it. Cross court to Kester. She'll take the 3. Off the back iron. Rebound Boatman. Put back good.
She's racking up points as Boatman, but just her presence alone, both offensively and defensively, is clearing out that paint. That's her space. There's no real competition for the ball when she's in there, and there's no one wanting to drive the ball in there either.
Riley boys will give it up to Strong, guarded by Sisney. Into the corner. Meyer with it. Now she'll give it up to Wesleyan Russell, working into the lane, has it poked away. It'll end up in the hands of Marley Sisney, driving down the floor. She's fouled under the bucket, and Marley will earn a trip to the line.
Again, I'm not sure you're going to end up giving that turnover to, but that's Boatman's turnover. Her defense in that paint, and that post got it on the backside, and that play is to go baseline. She brought it all the way back because she has no business of going into the paint against Boatman.
First one off the front iron, no good.
Subbing in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 14, Michaela Matthews.
Matthews checks in, replacing Riley Meyer for Galena. Second shot again, short off the front iron by Sisney. It's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Galena.
Subbing in for the Lady Trojans,
And Maddie Kester
Carson Orand.
might have caused that one, but it's as good as an offensive rebound. It'll stay with Girard. Kester off the inbound, gets it back to Adolph, who was just barely ready for it. Back over to Orand, open for three from the near side, in and out. And the rebound comes down to Wesleyan Russell for Galena. She'll handle it up the floor, gives it to Boyce, who's trapped at the half-court line. That's an over and back, and that does turn it over. And it gives the ball back to the Trojans. And that little half-court trap right at the half-court stripe is giving the Bulldogs some fits. Orand will take it in the backcourt, gives it up to Boatman. Top of the key, Erica will dribble in, kicks back out to Orand, into the corner to Adolph. Kicks it in baseline to Erica. She heads into the lane and is fouled. And Erica will head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, defense collapsing too. 3 players there to try to keep her from having a shot attempt.
First, team second. To the line, shooting two, number 23, Erica Boatman.
Foul goes on Mackenzie New. That's her first. Boatman's first shot goes down, but not after a long vacation on the rim there.
What would you know about a long vacation?
Not a darn thing. Second shot's good. That pass way too high for Morgan Strong, and that'll turn it back over to the Trojans. I don't work hard, BJ. It just never stops.
Yeah.
4:56 to play, first half. Trojans up by 3 touchdowns over the Galena Bulldogs. Morgan Strong sits. Riley Meyer back into the game for Galena. Far side to Kester. She'll put it on the floor. Kicks top to Bowman. Thought about a three. Whew, got away with something there. Now back down to Erica baseline. Kicks into the corner. They're going to say she stepped on the end line, and that'll turn it back over to Galena. And I believe that's Trojans just their second or third turnover of the ball game, unofficially, of course.
Kudos for you for trying to keep track. 20 years in this,
It's my Navajo blanket. There's always a flaw, you know. Boyce has it poked away, out of bounds. It'll stay with Galena.
Okay, a shot clock, when that finally gets implemented, would be a problem here.
Never in the CNC. You'll never see it in the CNC.
Oh, it's coming. I've had a few games with it. It has not really impacted the game that much as far as I've seen.
There's a full timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Trojans up 28-7. You're watching Girard basketball on Girard Sports Live. Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor. Trojans up 28-7 over the Galena Bulldogs. It's kind of quiet in here, so I feel like I'm yelling across the arena.
You can lean on your KRPS chops.
That's right. Get on my Shostakovich voice. Wesleyan Russell with it, trying to drive. She's trapped as Bailey Walker pokes it away out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Galena. Trojans got a couple of those tonight.
I think she was reaching out there for it last minute, and I think it went off of her hand, and well solved by the official.
Yep. O'Rand will handle it up the floor for the Trojans. Over to Kester on the wing. Down low to Walker, off the glass and good.
Nice take.
No hesitation from Bailey Walker. That's her first bucket of the night. And the Trojans up by 23. Look at me doing math.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point I would have stopped giving that distance because I didn't want to have to do the math.
Wesleyan Russell gives it up. And they got a travel call against Michaela Matthews.
Plus, too many people who listen have my phone number, so if I make a math mistake, it's pointed out pretty quickly.
Yeah, nobody has mine.
Well, let's give it out.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm sure Daryl's got a graphic. Yeah, I popped that graphic up. Into the corner to Adolph, and her pass entry to Boatman is stolen away. And the layup no good. A lot of contact, no call either way, as Oran stepped in to take the charge. Boatman comes away with the rebound for the Trojans into the corner to Adolph. She's trying to do a little wraparound bounce pass to Kester. Just a little too much traffic. Maddie Kester will sit. Sisney into the game for Girard. And Oran to inbound from the baseline. Oh, she wanted Boatman. Throws it in, lobs it over the top to Erica. And now Sisney will set up the half court for the Trojans. Over to Oran. Now down low to Walker. And it ends up in the hands of Erica and up and in.
Pretty nice safety valve, and she kind of plays offensively off the paint quite a bit, and then makes her way down there just on time.
Yeah, Walker was making her move to the hoop, and Boatman was crashing the boards and just ended up with a loose ball right in her hands. There's a held ball, and it will possession arrow favors the Trojans.
Trojans have a tight 7-person rotation. You'd like to have just a touch more depth when you get into that state level, but certainly this 7 rotation is almost interchangeable with everybody. They're certainly on the perimeter. Everybody can come in for anybody at any time.
Get it down low to Walker, and she's fouled over the back. It wasn't, I don't believe, intentional because both of them came out of it a little bit rough. They're going to whistle this foul on Wesleyan Russell. That's her third.
Subbing in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 3.
Probably won't see her the rest of the half. Those 3 fouls.
She'll sit. Mackenzie New into the game. And Trojans to inbound. Right to Walker, middle of the lane, off the glass, no good. Bailey gets her own rebound. Now we got a held ball, and this possession arrow will favor Galena. And I don't think Walker expected to find herself that open right in the middle of the lane in front of the bucket. Boyce picks up her dribble, gives it up. Now they get it down to Mackenzie New. Back out, shot on the way, no good. Rebound tracked down by Sisney. 2.5 to play first half. Trojans way out in front, 32-7 over the Galena Bulldogs. I say way out in front when I don't want to do the math, DJ. It's a lot. Adolph in the corner, back up top to, and down low to Walker, back out to Adolph. She'll try the 3, a little too strong. Long rebound tracked down by Sisney, and the Trojans reset. O'Rand with it. Back over to Adolph, down low to Walker. She's fouled, going to the bucket. They're going to whistle this one on Michaela Matthew. That's her first.
Foul on number 14, Michaela Matthews, her first team.
Have you had a game with a shot clock yet?
At the Burlington tournament, they had the shot clock.
It doesn't really affect the game that much. The only thing I noticed in
some girls' games it does.
They rush themselves. It actually shouldn't be an impact, but I think because of that time, sometimes they rush things offensively. And I had actually gotten about a quarter into a game, and it just felt like everybody was in a rush. And I was like, why does it feel like this? And then I realized there was a shot clock. I'll give a broadcaster on I got a whole quarter in without seeing a shot clock, but I'm not looking at it inside a high school gym.
Walker comes up empty on that trip to the line, and it's tipped out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes to play first half. Trojans up by 25 over the Galena Bulldogs. See, I had enough time there I could do the math. Took my shoes off. Boys with it. Guarded by Adolph. Over to Meyer. She'll give it up to Strong, who gives it up and gets it back. This is Matthews with it. That pass tipped away. Walker comes away with it for the Trojans. Off the glass and good. Walker's got 4 points.
Walker had a smile on her face from the time she took the steal to the time the ball went out. The smile never left.
Yeah. Doing her favorite thing in the world. Matthews gives it up, gets it back. Top of the key, guarded by Sisney. Trojans really playing some tough defense tonight on Galena, and a 3-point bucket by Morgan Strong. And every basket Galena's made tonight has been a 3. or a free throw. Adolph with it on the wing into the corner to Sisney. She's looking down low, trying to get it to Walker, now back out top to Adolph. Back over to Marley. Drained one earlier. Back in the corner to Boatman. She'll put the ball on the floor, kicks it over to Adolph, now down low to Kester. Turn around off the glass. No good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Galena ball.
You mentioned no 2 points made. Not a lot of two-point attempts. That's what's crazy about it. It's not that they're missing shots inside. They're really just not getting them up inside the paint.
1 of 4 from the line and 3 3-point buckets. And here comes another one by Boyce, and it's good. And she's definitely one you want to get a hand up in front of. The Trojans lead it by 21. Boatman at the free throw line, turnaround, misses everything, and that's going to do it for the first half. Trojans lead it 34-13. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. At the half, Trojans lead it by 21, 34-13. over the Galena Bulldogs. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Trojans got out to a quick start, forced several turnovers by the Galena Bulldogs. Their offense has been clicking inside, outside. Erica Boatman's been owning the boards under the bucket, both on the offensive and defensive end. And so far for Galena, the only thing keeping them in this ball game is outside shooting, as they have 4 3-point buckets and 1 free throw to round out all of their scoring here for the first half. And it's been all Trojans here for the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, Galena just a little bit outmanned on the skill side of things. This is a really good group of girls from Girard. I mean, they're 11-2 on the year, so in a really good competitive conference. And when that's the case, then you're going to have some mismatches in some positions at times. And so, we're on the air, man. We're trying to work here. The Trojan girls just overwhelming them defensively. They play so tight on the perimeter, and it's a nice mix for Girard because they've got that athleticism with Keller and Sisney and a Rand out on the perimeter that can kind of get in your shorts and disrupt things. But then you've got athletes who are long and big down inside with Kester and Boatman, and so you're kind of pick your poison. Do you want to be hassled out on the perimeter by a feisty defense, or do you want to try to go down to the paint and be completely denied by the post play of the Trojans? And so just Galena just up against it here in this one, and the Trojans came out, trying to bounce back from a homecoming loss against a good conference opponent, and to come out and just go to work. That's exactly what's happened in the first half of this one.
Now, Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at canareyecare.com. Well, let's step away for another break. We come back, we'll get you your halftime stats and take a little peek ahead at the boys matchup tonight. It's Trojans getting set to take on one of the best teams in all of Class 3A, the Galena Bulldogs. Trojans going to have their work cut out for them. All that coming up right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium at the half. Trojan girls leading Galena 34-13. Boys out there warming up on the floor right now. And we saw Galena warming up out there earlier. And these Trojan boys dropped the first matchup between these two teams. I have to turn back here in my scorebook and find it. But on the road in Galena, and there's a couple guys responsible for that, and their names were Jack Perry, of course, and Tyler Botkin, Thatcher Botkin, excuse me. Believe it or not, he finished the game with 20 points. He actually led Galena in scoring, had 4 3-point field goals against Girard, and was really the difference in the second half. They just didn't have an answer for him. And then when you got Jack Perry out there making circus shots, falling out of bounds over the back of the backboard, and
I didn't see that first game, and I don't know, but I did cover Coach Westcott for years, and my guess is the game plan was to limit Jack Perry, try to take him out of it, at least try to guard that guy and take out the number one option, and that's why you have another guy lead them in scoring. So one game into his belt, now coming home, and with that information, Coach is going to have a plan for both, perhaps. And can the Trojans meet that expectation? That's what's going to be the tough out here tonight.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Rod Westcott, I've said this to everybody I've ever talked to about him, is in 23 years of broadcasting, I'm not sure if I've had a coach that I've worked with who have been better at getting more out of their guys and getting them into positions to be successful despite what limitations they may have. And he'll do it again here tonight with this tough Galena team.
You're right, Daryl. We'll get to those halftime stats here in just a minute. We're underway in the third quarter. Trojans with the ball. Keller going to launch a contested three. No good. Rebound comes down to Wesleyan Russell. And Riley Boyce will handle it up the floor for Galena. Over on the far side, they try to force it down low. The pass tipped away, and Kester tracks down the loose ball. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. As O'Rand set up the half court, they get it down low to Kester. Bounce pass over to Boatman. Erica handles it, but off balance. Now the pass back out to Adolph. Up top to O'Rand, wide open for three, and she drills it.
Very confident shot. Stepped right into that one and dropped it.
That's first bucket tonight for Carson. And the Trojans by a whole lot. Almost a travel. That one almost also tipped out of bounds as Boyce drives, kicks it out. Shot on the way from Mackenzie New. No good off the iron. Rebound Kester. And get it over to O'Rand, who will walk it across the timeline. Now over to Keller on the wing. Far side to Boatman, back up top to O'Rand. Whoa! And you see her reaction to that pass. It's
she knew it before it would even gotten.
Yeah.
Where it was headed.
What was that? And a complete aberration. And that'll turn it over to Galena. I have that as just the third turnover of the game against the Trojans. I may be missing one somewhere. And there's a travel violation going to be called against Riley Boyce as she was, I don't know, in some sort of contested slap match for the ball with
scrum.
Yeah, sure. With Kennedy Keller. Trojans come away with it.
You're the rugger.
I am. That's why I know what a scrum is. I've never seen one like that. Adolph's shot no good off the glass. Rebound comes down to Mackenzie New. Now Boyce with it across the timeline. Using the stiff arm a little bit. She'll get it down low to Russell. Back out to Boyce. And driving baselines, Mackenzie New. Her shot no good. Rebound Adolph.
Easily the best take, though, Galena's had at the rim here in this entire game.
Yeah. Keller down low. Boatman going to work. Erica spins. Quite a bit of contact, but ball will stay with Girard. As they're going to say Wesleyan Russell got a fingertip on it. Mayer will sit. Matthews into the game for Galena.
Oh, my goodness. That looked more like rugby for you?
Yeah, I've seen that.
She ripped her down. I mean, 15 kind of got a hold of Boatman and pulled her to the ground.
And Coach Hurtlocker cannot believe that the foul is going to go against Erica.
Yeah, that was a tough call. He's going to get one. Brad's working for one. It'd be really bad to get a T in a 37-13 game. But
well, you know, sticking up for your team.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Russell. And she turns it over and reached in on O'Rand, and Carson throws it away. Second time here lately. And that one tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Galena.
And for what it's worth, it's tough to go into the locker room up by 30 and then come back out and still have to play another 16 minutes of basketball.
Russell.
But you got to focus.
Gives it up to Strong, who loses it, and now Adolph comes away with it for Girard. I have that unofficially. It's the 10th turnover of the night on Galena. Boatman with it at the three-point line, kicks it in the corner to Adolph. Back across to O'Rand, to the elbow to Kester, back out to Keller, off the glass and good. Over the top of Russell.
Good ball movement. You know there's going to be a concerted effort to get multiple passes on offense possessions. You don't need to be in a rush. And they did just that.
Wide open under the bucket is New, and a good look to find her by Russell.
The Trojans just lost that player in their extended defense.
In football, we call that a blown coverage. It happens. Keller with it. Launches the three, no good. Rebound comes down to New. And now boys will handle it up the floor. Pass to Russell, now back to boys. Gets it down low to New. Her shot no good. Boatman tracks down the loose ball. I don't know if we score that as a rebound or not, Daryl. Daryl's going to give her the rebound. All right. Into the corner. Three-pointer on the way for Carson O'Rand. And it goes. She's shooting with some confidence tonight. That's her second three-point bucket of this quarter. And the Trojans way out in front. That one too high for Mackenzie New.
For the Lady Bulldogs, number 21, Riley Meyer. And for the Lady Trojans, number 10, Marley Sisney.
Sisney checks in, replacing Adolph. O'Rand handling up the floor for Girard. 3:32 to play. Third quarter. Trojans up by a lot. 42-15. Keller backing in off the glass. No good. Tipped around. Rebound comes down to Riley Meyer. And Boyce will handle it up the floor. Gives it back to Meyer. Lobbing it down low to New. And it's poked out of bounds by Boatman, who had position behind her and then changed the defense to a front and able to deflect that pass away. Boyce will inbound from the baseline. Keller guarding her. Whip it up the top. Now down low to New. Into the lane to Russell. Her shot no good. Trojans control the rebound. Kester comes away with it. 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Kester with it in front of the Trojan bench. Back into the corner to O'Rand. Back up top to Boatman. Down to the lane. Little runner is good. 18 points for Boatman. Russell with it. Trapped down low, and they're going to get a foul. They're going to whistle a foul. I think it's going to go against Boatman.
Trojans have had some really good post players here in this Girard girls program over the last 20 years. Erica Boatman's moving herself into that top echelon, and from an offensive standpoint, a consistent shooter inside the paint. She's right there at the top. That's it's a almost automatic in the paint right now with not a lot of defense on it right now either.
High arcing three off the mark. Long rebound tracked down by the shooter, Riley Meyer. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Galena. Coach Shockey just, I don't know, the countenance is
just got to do what you got to do.
Poker face, you know.
Trying.
Yeah.
This is a good team he's playing against.
And there's a tie-up as Adolph gets in there, and the possession arrow should favor Galena. It'll stay on this end of the floor. Boyce gets it in over the top to Morgan Strong. Back to Russell. Her pass to the outside, mishandled but tracked down by Matthews. Long shot on the way is good. And that was Riley Meyer with that one. That's her second three-point bucket of the game. Under 2 minutes now, third quarter. Oran going to pull the trigger on another three and drains it. She's got 9 points in the game, all of them from behind the stripe. All of them in this quarter. And she's going to foul Russell from behind. That should be 2. Yep. On Oran. Kinsey New checks into the game, replacing Kayla Matthews. Strong to inbound from the far side. Gets it into Russell. Back to Strong. Almost walked with it. Now she'll give it up. And that's an over and back call. Going to go against Riley Boyce. And Kennedy Keller diving after that ball. Because, of course, she is.
This core group of juniors the Trojans have played a ton of basketball together. They had a little traveling squad that played all the way through. I've had the conversations quite a few times about how important that is, and you get to see the benefits of that right now with these girls knowing how to play together and move the ball around and get open looks like Adolph just did. Sorry, I took away a three-point call from you, buddy, but it needs to be said that, you know, getting a group of kids together and having them play together for multiple years before they get to high school, this is the result of that. 11-2 and really good, skilled, and can play together with one another.
Yeah, they just always seem to kind of know where each other are going to be on the floor. And there goes Boyce dribbling out of the double team, and she's going to be fouled in the lane. Shot's no good. And Boyce will head to the line to shoot a pair. Let's see who they're going to whistle this one on. They're going to get Bailey Walker with that one. That's her first. Fourth team foul on the Trojans. Got to play clean ball for the next 52.9. Boyce inbound for the baseline. She'll get it in over the top to Riley Meyer out at the three-point line. And there's another tie-up. And a possession arrow is going to favor the Trojans.
I say all that. Where I'm at now these days, there's a lot of individualized play. Kids playing with all these different teams from around the metro. And then they try to show up in November and play together. And it's usually February before they learn how to play together. And by that time, it's too late. And I always talk to the dads up there when they're talking about their traveling kids' balls. Like, get these girls all playing together as one team, and they will be better in the long run. That's what you get to see here.
Keller from the free throw line hits it. Man, Trojans are shooting the ball extremely well tonight. That's 6 points for Keller. Whip out the calculator and figure out how much they're up by. It's 52-18. I'm no mathematician. Boyce working against Keller. And Carson Oran crashes in there and almost stole it away, but she's going to get whistled for the, collision foul.
Number 22, Carson Oran, her third, team fifth.
Trojans have two girls playing with 3 fouls right now. Boatman with 3 and Oran with 3. Boyce at the line for the second time tonight. She's 1 of 3 now from the stripe. And she hits the second. 8 points for Riley Boyce. Oh, there's another one of those from Oran that she's gonna goes into the duck and cover after it. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans lead at 52-19. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
a partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Kester and Boatman back into the game for the Trojans. Galena with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Trojans way out front, and quickly a steal by Jariah Adolph. And a lot of contact. Adolph with the reverse, won't go. Rebound Boatman. Her putback's good, and the foul. And Adolph's just laughing at herself. I mean,
running clock.
and she drills it, completes the three-point play. 21 points so far for Erica Boatman. Boyce gives it up to Mackenzie New, guarded by O'Rand. Back outside to Strong. And an errant pass behind Strong leads to a run out for Maddie Kester, off the glass and good. Boyce handling up the floor, guarded by Adolph.
Coach will probably give these starters a couple of trips down the floor, and I would expect them to have an early night. Try to continue to develop that depth that we were talking about earlier. In fact, there's some coaching going to them right now.
Russell off the glass and good. That's Russell's first bucket of the night. Boatman gets it down low to Kester. Now she's crashing down the lane. Maddie steps through, off the glass, no good. Rebound Boatman. And she's fouled on the putback, and she'll head to the free throw line. I think they're going to get this one on Morgan Strong, perhaps. It's her seventh rebound, according to Daryl McLeod, our official rebound tracker.
The boards boy. Another thing to watch with Boatman and Kester.
This guy's a man.
He does have it. The other thing to watch with as these replacements come on here with Maddie Kester and Erica Boatman is their footwork in the paint. That play, that shot that Kester got off to get herself in that position without moving that pivot foot and still able to get to the rim is pretty impressive, to be able to move your body like that and put yourself in a position to be successful.
And number 15, Breeley Merrill.
Boatman hits the second. She'll head to the bench, and it's time to get to know your roster. That's just hard to do when someone steals it.
My bad. Here you go.
Subbing in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 14, Michaela Matthews.
All right, Boyce will handle up the floor. Reagan Oplotnik had just checked into the game. We'll pick her up. Over to Matthews. Shot on the way is good for Morgan Strong for three. And there's another one for Galena. Strong has 6 points. Pass by Autumn Avery, stolen away by Boyce, but Avery cuts her off. And now Trojans play a little bit of defense, try and get a stop. Strong with it. Back out to Boyce. Back up top to Strong. She'll put it on the floor, kicks it over to Mackenzie New. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to Selena Hazen. Hazen with it again. Kicks it up top to Avery. Now this is Brooke Stafford with it. Brooke's seen quite a bit of action this season coming off the bench for the Trojans and late in ball games. Her shot no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Girard. It'll be Galena ball. Riley Meyer into the game for Galena, replacing Morgan Strong.
This opportunity for these youngsters, they get junior varsity time, and obviously that's an opportunity to play against your peers. And while the Bulldogs have struggled here tonight, in that varsity time, playing even in 4 minutes of varsity time is going to be super valuable to understanding how the pace goes. It's a little bit faster, it's a little bit tougher, and you just lean on that as you continue to maturate as a player.
Boyce with it. She'll just step back for a three. Plotnick in her face. That one too strong off the back iron. Rebound tipped around, stolen away by Galena. It ends up back in the hands of Boyce. She's going to drive free throw line. Launches one in the middle of the lane. No good. Rebound gathered in by Autumn Avery. Avery handled it up the floor against Boyce. Gives it up to Stafford. Now down low to Breeley Merrill.
Walked with it.
And she traveled. Addison Kester, that was Michaela Matthews with it. Gives it up to Meyer. Cross court to Boyce. Now back on the near side to Meyer. Trying to get it down low, stripped away, and that was a held ball. And we could see quite a few of those coming down the stretch here in the last 2:26 of this one. The possession arrow favors the Trojans. They'll get it back. Have that as the 13th turnover of the night. Galena, I think that's a conservative estimate. Avery with it. Into the lane. Merrill loses it. Comes away to Galena, but it's stolen back by Oplotnik. Now Avery with it. Gives it up for Stafford. Back to Avery. And Stafford will put it on the floor, drives baseline, elevates. Her shot blocked by Russell. And Galena comes away with it. Under a minute 40 to play. Oh, I think that was a clean block by Merrill.
I don't think they'll get Merrill for it.
Foul on number 21, Megan Oplotnik, first, team first. To the line, shooting two, number 2, Riley Boyce.
Boyce is 2 of 4 from the stripe tonight. That one rattles around and in.
Substituting for the Lady Bulldogs.
Thanks for letting me sit in here with you tonight, boys.
Oh, yeah. Voice is holding up pretty good, man.
For now.
Adeline Elston checks into the game, freshman for Galena. Seeing her first action tonight.
Our viewers battling with us. Everybody on this crew's been sick at one point.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of weeks.
We're all just lucky to be alive.
Like everybody on earth has, it seems like. Got one listener I know, a viewer at home that is.
Stafford almost loses it, gets it back, drives, throws one up off the glass. Merrill with the, I'm sure I'd call it a rebound, but she got the loose ball. Hazen over to Stafford, shot on the way, no good. Oh, Plotnick trying to save it in bounds. Mistimed the jump, and it'll go back to Galena.
Words of encouragement coming from the starters for the understudies out there. They got excited for that three to go in.
You sure it's not just a jovial ribbing, maybe?
Might have been.
I remember I was hardly ever encouraged by an upperclassman.
It was the 90s.
Yeah, that's right. It was a rough time. Stafford's shot no good, tipped around and out of bounds. Going to stay with the Trojans. And they've got the running clock going, and that's going to be the final play of the game. Trojans come away with a 59-26 win over the Galena Bulldogs. Trojans improved to 12-2 on the season. Galena falls to 4-8.
Again, a lunch pail game for the Lady Trojans. You know you're going to likely be the favorite in a game, and you know you're one of the top teams in the state. then you need to come in and act like it. You can't let a team that you're going to be that much more superior than play with you, and that never happened tonight. They came in from the word go, set the tone, and never looked back, and that is going to be something certainly. Again, I talked about bouncing back from that Colgan game as well. Mission accomplished. Keep on rolling as you build that head of steam towards Sub-State.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll keep on rolling towards the Eastside Cafe post-game show coming up right after this. Trojans win it 59-26. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the Four States winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans come out on top tonight in the girls matchup 59-26 over the Galena Bulldogs. This is the Eastside Cafe postgame show brought to you by Eastside Cafe on the square in Girard. Stop in and experience the best breakfast in town in all of Crawford County, perhaps the universe. 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard, proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. Right now we're joined by head coach Brad Herlocker. And coach, just pretty much a complete performance tonight against your team. They got off to a hot start. I thought they really controlled the boards both offensively and defensively tonight. No game's perfect for a coach, but pretty close tonight.
Yeah, couple things, obviously honoring the great Charlie Torgs Carnes and her spirit is, like they said, alive and well in our kids. The tenacity they play with, the heart they play with, they're staying after practice, and tough loss Friday, and had the opportunity to feel sorry for ourselves and things like that. But it was a blessing, honestly, to have that and have some adversity put in our path, and kids responded really well in practice, and then obviously again very well tonight. I will also say, the BJ Harris. I don't know what my record is when BJ Harris is in the house, but I know it's above 500.
Did you rub his head for magic?
Yes,
a little bit of the luck to rub off there. Yeah, well, we wish we could have him here every night, but, he lives in, he's a city boy now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, Coach, a really good night tonight by your team. Looked like they were shooting the ball from the outside with a lot of confidence, especially Carson O'Ran just seemed to, wherever she was on the floor, it didn't matter. Yeah. And when you guys hit those outside shots, very difficult to beat you.
Yeah, that's what we, nobody, it got to the point, we missed a few shots there last game, and it got to where kind of nobody's like, no, you take it, and anytime you hesitate, and this is what we talked about, anytime you hesitate for even a split second, you probably shouldn't even take that shot, and so we talked about, hey, stepping up, being ready, being shooter ready. Especially, I thought we moved the ball around, but then when we got it to the person and it was their shot, they took it. We got the ball inside or to the elbow or places, and then people attacked, and I thought we attacked to the rim tonight, where other nights maybe we've been fading away, and we just got to continue to build off of that and just keep that going.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win. And go enjoy it with your team. And thanks for coming up here and talking to us.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, that's head coach Brad Herlocker of the Girard Trojans. They come out on top tonight, 59-26 over the Galena girls. Our post-game coach interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, a little bit more of the Eastside Cafe post-game show, but we're going to have to turn around, start thinking about tonight's nightcap, the boys matchup between the Trojans and the Bulldogs, and we'll fire up that Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojan girls win the opener tonight, 59-26 over the Galena Bulldogs. Let's go ahead and take a look at those final stats brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating. Can move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, waterline install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating. Call 620-724-2735. First for the Trojans, they're led in scoring by Erica Boatman. She finished with 22 points. Woo! But not double-figure rebounds, unfortunately, for you pancake lovers out there. Next up in scoring was Maddie Kester, finished with 11. Carson Oran had 9. Kennedy Keller with 6. Bailey Walker with 4. Jariah Adolph and Marley Sisney finished with 3 points each to round out the scoring for Girard. For Galena, they were led in scoring by Riley Boyce. She had 10. Morgan Strong finished with 6. Riley Meyer had 6. Wesleyan Russell added a bucket, and Mackenzie New with a bucket to round out the scoring for Galena. Trojan boys getting set to take on the Galena Bulldogs, one of the best teams in all of Kansas Class 3A. And the guy who really drives the bus for them is Jack Perry, and he might actually drive the bus for them to get into these games. But
I actually followed the Bulldog bus here, and I think he was in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Was he driving like a maniac? But
fast.
Yeah. But Trojans are going to have to slow him down tonight, and that's easier said than done. But they did keep him from being the leading scorer the first time these two teams met. But unfortunately, Thatcher Bodkin reined in 20 points against the Trojans, and he's the most diminutive player out there on the floor, and that's a fancy $5 word way of saying short. And he shot the lights out against the Trojans in that second half in Galena.
Yes.
And helped propel the Bulldogs to a win, and the Trojans going to have to find a way to both stop Perry but not allow Bodkin to get warmed up against them tonight, and that's a pretty tall order.
Definitely.
And looking at Galena warming up out on the floor, you look at them and you could say these guys, they got some good players, they got some nice pieces, but they don't look like the best team in all of Kansas Class 3A. But
nope,
man, their record says that so far this season as the boys come in 12-0, 6-0 in the CNC. They're coming off a 58-56 nail-biter win at Frontenac last week. And Trojans just a forgettable night, Friday night, in a 43-25 loss against Colgan and Darrell. You gutted that one out for me while I was at home dying on the couch with the flu. And you probably felt like you were kind of dying up here on the broadcast.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just some single-digit scoring quarters for the Trojan offense. Just could never get it rolling against Colgan. And, sometimes you have those nights when you're playing a rival, nothing seems to be working, and that seemed to be the case Friday night. It was homecoming here in Girard, so that adds a little bit of a distraction off the court. And Trojans never able to get it in gear against Colgan, and hoping for a better result, a little more focus tonight against these Galena Bulldogs, and they're going to have it.
Yeah, and something in that first game is Quentin Cox ended up going out with an injury, I believe, in that game. He exited the game and did not return. He's obviously fine and here tonight, and that's the point I want to make, is he's a lot bigger factor than most people give him credit for. You talked about Thatcher, and Thatcher rightfully so, because he outscored everyone on Galena's team, outscored the Trojans in that first contest, but the Trojans didn't even have to deal with Quentin Cox for 3/4 of that game.
All right, those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have years of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highways 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Man, we better move quickly into these starting lineups. Trojans will start this game in style, we hope, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands would have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First for Galena, they'll start number 3, senior Jack Perry, number 4, senior Thatcher Bodkin, and number 5, senior Zane Adams, and number 10, senior Lincoln Kimberling, and number 34, senior Quentin Cox. So 5 seniors on that starting lineup for Girard. For the Trojans, they'll start 5'8", senior Ransom Bourne, 6'1", senior Siler Salmons, 6'2", sophomore Ben Cullen, 6'3", sophomore Cam Smith, and 6'5", senior Scott Moore. So the Trojans with several seniors in that starting lineup tonight as well. And they're going to have to play well tonight. And for the Trojans, Gerald, you got to think you got to get out and hit some early shots to get yourself some confidence from the outside.
It's going to be about answering as well. You know the Bulldogs are going to come out and get their points. Jack Perry's had a 40-point game, a 33-point game. I mean, he's just a lights-out scorer. So you know he's going to score. It's about coming down and answering whenever he does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see from the coaching standpoint what kind of defenses that Coach Westcott throws at Galena. He's been known to throw some junk defenses out there to try and confuse or disrupt the timing of the opponent, especially when they have a really talented player that everything kind of runs through. So we'll see what the Trojans decide to do tonight. And you got to think that, I don't know, is it going to be Smith or is it going to be Cullen? Who's going to pick up Jack Perry coming down the floor? We'll have an opportunity to see, or are they going to run some crazy zone? But you got to think that the Trojans are going to pull out all the stops tonight to try and slow down the Galena offense.
The Perry beat or whatever it is.
Yeah. Not many people have found it this year.
Just about no one.
Yeah, exactly, no one. All right. Our opening tip getting ready to happen in moments. Brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank, proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank's looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Scott Moore to jump it against Quentin Cox. Trojans back in action Friday night on the road in Garnett at Anderson County. So put that one on your calendar. Smith with it up top to Bourne, now into the corner to Smith, back to Salmons on the wing, trying to look down low for Scott Moore. They'll put it in the corner to Cam Smith. Back up top, they'll swing it around the perimeter as Bourne goes to the dribble, now kicks it over to Salmons, back to Bourne, thought about a three. This Galena defense closes on the ball very quickly on the perimeter. Cam Smith open for three, pulls the trigger, no good. Rebound comes down to Jack Perry. Galena with it on their first offensive possession. Perry with it. Gives it up, gets it back in the corner. He'll pull the trigger for three, off the mark. Cox rebound, working against Moore, gets him off his feet. Scott with the block. And they're going to get a reach-in foul on Siler Salmons, trying to battle with Cox for the rebound. First on Salmons, first team foul on the Trojans. Might not recognize some of these guys out here. It's Ben Cullen with the very short haircut. Almost want to start calling him Corporal Ben Cullen.
The advantage is the hair is no longer going to be in the eyes.
That's not there to slow you down, the wind resistance.
Exactly.
Working it around the perimeter. Bodkin drives to the elbow, picks up his dribble, lobs it over to Jack Perry, working on the baseline. Turnaround jumper is good. Well, didn't keep him out of scoring column for long.
I said it. He's going to score. Yep. He's got to come down and answer.
Bourne with it. Gives it up to Cullen. Now over to Salmons, near side. Cross court to Bourne. Back up top to Cullen. Directing traffic. Now over to Bourne on the wing. Back to Cullen. Back to Bourne. Up top to Smith. Trojans trying to pass it around and find a high percentage shot against this zone that Galena's playing. Salmon steps forward to the elbow, shoots it, no good. Rebound Cox. And Galena off and run again. Perry gets it ahead to Kimberling. Now back up top to Bodkin. And Perry with it on the wing, trying to direct some traffic. Now they'll work it around the perimeter, and it ends up with Bodkin again. Now back to Perry. He'll dribble into the lane, step away from the three-point line, no good, but the rebound comes down to Cox. His shot again blocked by Scott Moore, but his stays with it and goes off the glass and good. 4-0 lead for Galena here early. Bourne with it, gives it up to Salmons, far side to Cullen, back up top to Smith, now back to Bourne, thought about a three. Into the lane to Cullen, back up top, Smith open for three, he'll take it, off the mark, rebound Perry. Jack's going to push. Loses his dribble and turns it back over to the Trojans. See if Girard can capitalize on the turnover. Cullen with it on the wing, up top to Smith. Over to Bourne. Far side to Salmons. Now down low to Scott Moore. Gives it back up to Siler Salmons. Runner no good. Rebound comes down to Cox. Now pushing ahead to Bodkin. Working into Salmons, and Siler picks up the charge.
Yeah, I don't know if that one would have gone either way. Siler didn't really have his feet set, but Thatcher kind of just laid the shoulder into him, and that's probably the reason for that offensive foul there. On this other side, you mentioned it, this 2-3 zone, these Bulldogs are collapsing quick. Normally the way out of a zone is pass quick and make your shots. So far, the shots haven't fallen, but the passes have been crisp.
And that's been the trouble with the Trojans this year, is the shots have not fallen early in ball games for them. Scott Moore in the lane, no good. Rebound, Jack Perry.
He's working on a double-double.
Perry with it, working against Smith, driving, got away with a little bit of a walk. Cox's shot, no good. He had it, just lay it in off the glass, and that goes. Maybe, was he going for a dunk there?
I think
it's hard
he was.
to tell. I'm not sure you could have slipped a phone book under him, but.
What's a phone book, Josh?
Not a Joplin phone book, anyway. Bodkin with it. That's this list of phone numbers attached to people's names that they used to mail out to people.
Just trying to help our young crowd.
Back in the Neolithic period. Perry with it in the corner, gets it to Cox. Good look, and this time he gets it to go over Salmons. 4 points for Cox. Trojans trailing at 6-0, haven't been able to get any offense going early in this one. Blake Brocobb, who just checked into the game. Cross court to Smith, now back to Salmons, back to Smith, into the corner to Brocobb. He'll pull the trigger and drills a three. Blake Brocobb, a spark plug for the Trojan offense. 30-second timeout, we'll stay right here, and finally Trojans get an outside shot to fall.
Yeah, it's about time. I mean, you got to hit the outside shot if they're going to be reacting and closing out so quickly, because if you don't, then their zone just becomes that much easier. They won't have to respect your outside shot, and they can give you a little more room. It allows them to collapse inside quicker and stop Scott Moore from ever getting a chance. It's honestly kind of surprising.
Well said, Daryl. I'm just protecting my voice.
No. Trust, I get it. Every time I go on a monologue, I worry that I'm just going to kind of stop talking at some point.
Yeah.
It won't be me stopping talking. It'll just be my air giving out.
Giving up, yeah.
It's kind of surprising this is just a 3-point game. With the amount of turnovers that the Trojans have had and missed opportunities and missed shots, they're very lucky to be this close.
About 3.5 to go, first quarter. Trojans down by 3. Kimberling gives it up to Bodkin. His entry pass is stolen away. And Smith will handle up the floor for Girard. Over to Bourne. Now Cullen with it up top. Over to Brocobb. They're definitely stepping out to guard Blake now. Cullen back over to Bourne. Thought about it. Galena's just a good defensive team. They're playing a zone, but none of them are really a defensive liability out there on the floor. Cullen Cross to Bourne, thought about it. Now he's going to dribble baseline, elevates, some contact, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And it will stay with the Trojans. I think Ben Cullen did some really successful lobbying.
He's going to go to Topeka next week with me.
Yeah? Well, you won't have his hair to slow you down, Daryl.
Gosh, man.
Ben with it. Gets it up to Scott Moore. Up top to Smith. Into the corner to Brokaw. Back to Bourne. Some weird spacing there on the near side as they sort that out. Cullen back to Brokaw. Oh, Blake passed up an open 10-footer. Back over to Smith into the corner. And Brokaw will try the three and drills it.
Yeah, I prefer that one too, man.
You know what was keeping Blake from making threes earlier this year?
That hair.
All that hair.
All that hair.
Down to Perry on the baseline up top to Bodkin. Pulls trigger on a three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Ranson Bourne. And Bourne handling it up the floor. Cross court to Smith. Now Brokaw with it again. Back over to Bourne. Moore can't handle the pass, but it ends up with Cullen. He'll just rise up and shoot a 10-footer. No good. Rebound, or tipped out of bounds. It will be Trojan ball still.
Number 10, Lincoln Kimberly, and number 25, Jack LaTurner.
Cox and Botkin will sit as Kimberling and LaTurner check into the game. Three-pointer on the way from Brokaw is good! 9 points for Blake Brokaw.
All 9 of the Trojans' points. I've been waiting all season for someone to start hitting those threes, and he's going to do it.
And nice take that time by Kimberling. Baseline, gets one off the glass and cuts that Trojan lead to 1. Moore with it, kicks into the corner to Brokaw. Now back around to Bourne, top of the key. Over to Smith. Back to Brokaw on the wing. Now back over to Bourne. Smith into the corner to Scott Moore. Now to Brokaw. Crossover to Bourne into the lane. That's where Moore wants it. Kicks it out. Open shot for Cam Smith. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Jack LaTurner. Get a whistle that one on Bourne. Probably heard Avi Sharma say that's his first. Second team foul on the Trojans. I offered to trade him jobs tonight. Oh, Cullen can't handle the errant shot. It was, one of those ones you expect it to hit the rim and it doesn't. It messes up your timing, and Ben couldn't haul it in. It'll stay with Galena as LaTurner to inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Perry, who thought about a three-point shot from a mile away. And instead he dishes to Wittenmeyer, who's fouled by Cam Smith.
Foul on number 22, Cam Smith, his first, team third. To the line, shooting 2, number 13, Evan Wittenmeyer.
First one no good off the back iron. Second shot from Whitmire is good. Tied at 9. 33.6 left to play. First quarter. Jack Perry will sit. Quentin Cox back into the game for Galena. Bourne with it, top of the key, gives it up to Cullen, into the corner to Brokaw, right in front of the Trojan student section. Now back to Cullen. A lot of contact. His shot blocked. And a run out for Kimberling, off the glass and good. That's 4 points for Kimberling. Gives Galena back the lead, 11-9. Cullen with it. Over to Bourne. Launches a three from top of the key. Won't go. And Ranson's made a couple of those circus shots this year, but that one won't drop. So after one, Trojans trail it by 2, 11-9. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back here watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. 1 quarter in the books. Trojans trail it by 2, 11-9, and another single-digit scoring quarter for the Trojans. But the silver lining is that they've held Galena to just 11 points in the first quarter. Perry handling right now for the Bulldogs, guarded by Ben Cullen. They give it up to Cox, working off of the double team, and Cox gets it to fall. He's got 6 points and leads all Galena scorers. Into the corner to Cullen, not an outside shooting threat. Shoots it across court to Ranson Bourne. He gets in amongst the trees. His shot short and off the mark. Rebound, Jack Perry bringing it up the floor, working against Cullen. Oh, got away with a walk right there. Botkin in the lane, steps through, scoop shot around to Siler Salmons. And you want to keep Botkin from warming up if you're the Trojans, because he's that second threat for Galena. We didn't see a whole lot of Quentin Cox last time these two teams met because he knocked heads with another player and had to leave the game early. Blair with it. Bounce pass down low to Cullen, off the glass and good. That's Ben's first bucket of the night. Trojans down by 4, 15-11. Down to Cox as Blair pokes it away from behind. Levi giving up about a foot in height to Quentin Cox. Bonkin with it, giving up about a foot to Siler Salmons. Now Perry with it, guarded by Cullen. Kicks it back over, shot on the way from Kimberling off the mark. Long rebound tracked down by Botkin. Adams now gets it back down low to Cox, and it's almost stripped away by Levi Blair, but Cox able to use his size. Get the shot to go inside. That's 8 points for Cox. Trojans trail it by 6. Salmons, middle of the lane to Cullen. Back out to Bourne. Thought about a three. Hesitates. Step back, no good. Rebound. And they're going to get Levi Blair for a travel. So Harrison Burke, Cam Smith, Scott Moore check into the game. Levi Blair, Siler Salmons, and Ransom Bourne take a seat for the Trojans. Evan Wittenmeyer back into the game for Galena, as Lincoln Kimberling takes a seat. Botkin will handle up the floor for Galena. Harrison Burke will pick him up. Shot from the baseline, no good. Cox with the rebound. And he gets it to go off the glass. 10 points for Quentin Cox. And Galena leading by 8.
That kid's a beast. He's playing so well down low right now.
Scott Moore kicks it back out to Cam Smith. Cross court to Burke. Cullen trying to get it down low to Brokaw. He can't handle the pass, and it's out of bounds off the face of the official. Dangerous job, Darryl. It's a dangerous job. And thankless.
Mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm. He's checking for a bloody nose. Is that what he's doing? Anyway, back up top to Adams, working it around the perimeter. Botkin with it now. Back to Perry. Getting ready to go to work against Ben Cullen. Just launches a three. No good. Rebound. Brokaw. Cam Smith with it. Burke in the corner. Back to Smith. Over to Brokaw. He's going to launch a three. He's had the range tonight. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Cullen off the glass and good. 4 points for Cullen. Trojans cut the lead back down to 6. And this is kind of a weird game. Just feels weird.
True.
Botkin with it. Guarded by Burke. Now to Perry. Steps back. Shot no good. Rebound. Cam Smith. He'll handle it up the floor. 4.5 to play first half. Burke open for three and drills it. Not a lot of arc on that shot, but it ended up where it was supposed to go. And the Trojans cut the lead to 3. Botkin bowls over Burke. Now it ends up with Perry guarded by Cullen. Ben's really giving his all defensively tonight against Jack Perry, and that's what's going to be needed to slow him down. Now to Cox, working on Moore, kicks it out. Bounce pass, and they're going to whistle a foul inside against the Trojans. And Harrison Burke going to get whistled with this one.
Harrison Burke gets first team first. To the line, shooting two, number 34, Quinton Cox.
Cox at the stripe for the first time tonight. And it goes. Having a heck of a game. Kimberling into the game. Cox hits them both. Dude's got 10 points. And there's a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Will stay right here. Trojans trailing by 5.
Yeah, Quentin Cox is a strong player. That pass had no business being handled by him at all. He just sticks those two big paws out, grabs it, and is able to keep control of it and put up a shot. The only thing that kept that foul from being on the floor was him being able to go up with that shot. Send him to the line, he gets 2 easy ones. He doesn't miss many free throws either. I mentioned he was going to be a problem in this game, and that's been very true so far.
Once again, you're manifesting things, Daryl.
Hey, man. I'm manifesting.
Just under 4 minutes to play first half. Trojans trailing by 5 to the Galena Bulldogs. But you know, Daryl, I think they're closer than they were the first time these two teams met at this point in the game.
True.
So even though things aren't going great for the Trojans, they're going better than they have.
It's all relative.
With it. He'll launch a three. Ooh, in and out. Rebound, Scott Moore. May have gotten away with some steps there. Scott, can't get the rebound. But unfortunately for Galena, Kimberling stepped on the line, and he'll give it back to Girard. 3:42 to play first half. Moore to inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Burke. Up top to Smith. Around to Brokaw. Back to Smith. Thought about a three. Now gives it up to Cullen at the free throw line. Turnaround. Kind of a awkward looking shot. Doesn't go. Botkin gets it far side. Drives baseline. Cut off. Throws it to no one in particular. And Galena's going to get the backcourt. That'll give it back to Girard. I only say it was to no one in particular because no one was there. Normally, I think Botkin was expecting the offense to kind of rotate around with the spacing and somebody be at the top of the key, but not the case. Brokaw with it on the wing, gets it to Scott Moore, into the corner to Burke. Over to Cam Smith. Into the corner to Salmons. Elevates for a 10-footer. No good. Rebound Burke. Put back. No good. Tipped around. And it's going to come away to Kimberling. And he has it stripped away at the last moment by, was that Salmons? And it will stay with Galena. We've got some blood as Harrison Burke's got a little bit of a bloody lip. Is that what's up here?
Yeah.
And Ransom Bourne will check back into the game for the Trojans. Bourne may be dealing with a little bit of a Charlie horse as he kind of took a look at his thigh coming back into the game. Get it into Perry, guarded by Ransom Bourne, and I think Jack's going to, well, he gives it up to Kimberly. Now gets it back, working against Bourne. Drives, elevates. Good. Just the 4th point of the night for Perry. Trojans down by 7, though. Got to get some offensive production. What happened?
Why?
He's going to keep going. Into the lane to Scott Moore. Has it stripped away, but it ends up with Siler Salmons. His shot no good, but he's fouled. And Siler will learn a trip to the line. Man, I didn't do it. Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you, man.
Jack Perry, his first team first. To the line, shooting 2 for 3, Siler Salmons.
The whole laptop's frozen. Hey, BJ, if this is running, Girard Sports Live could use a new laptop, man.
2:26 to play first half. Trojans trailing it by 7. Siler Salmons missed the first free throw.
I can't even click to restart it.
Second one on the way, rolls off, no good. 0 for 2 from the stripe for Siler Salmons. Got to get those free throws to fall if you want to stay with a team like Galena, but Salmons may have an injured right hand, and that'll affect your shooting if you're right-handed. Perry fouled by Cam Smith, and he saw him go to that spin, and he was just like, nah, I'm just going to foul you. And that'll send, no, it won't. It'll be on the floor, and Cox will inbound. Perrin Stevens into the game. Brocobb will sit and get a breather. I think he'll cool off faster on the bench, Darryl, with all that hair. Second shot, no good. Rebound, Salmons. Back to Scott Moore, up top to Cam Smith. Stevens' pass tipped out of bounds by Perry, and it'll stay with Girard.
I unfortunately think I'm going to have to restart.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the healthcare needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Hey, welcome back, maybe, to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans trailing by 10 at the half to the Galena boys, 28-18. This is the GN Bank halftime show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been crashing the internet since.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, we might not even be live right now. So
no, I don't
let me go check on that before we even start our halftime show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have dollar
I don't know what happened, but you know what it looks like?
Computer.
Whenever everything freezes? Yeah, that's what it looked like. I'll tell you that much.
Time stood still.
Well, I think we are live, so that's good at least.
Is it?
Oh, well, yes, of course it is. Scoff.
Pshaw.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Here we go. This is a abbreviated and interrupted GN Bank halftime show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the finest, highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. At the break, Trojans trail it by 10, 28-18 to the Galena Bulldogs. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those halftime stats brought to you by the guys at B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy. Trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. Call B&B Excavating at 620-724-2735. First for the Trojans, they're led in scoring by Blake Brokop, 9 points, all of them from beyond the arc, all of them in the first quarter. Next up, Ben Cullum with 4, Harrison Burke with 3, and Ransom Bourne with 2, and what has been a rough scoring first half for the Trojans. For the Galena Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by Lincoln Kimmerling. Quentin Cox. He's got 9. Lincoln Kimmerling. Let me start over. Next for the Galena Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by Quentin Cox. He's got 12. Lincoln Kimmerling has 9. Jack Perry with 4. Thatcher Botkin with 2. And Evan Wittenmeyer with 1. And if you've kept up with that, you're doing well. Trojans trailing it by 10 here at the half. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with, we don't know what, second half action between the Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs, perhaps, coming up right after this on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Tries to make Hey, welcome back to 10R Taylor Gymnasium. And Trojans trailing by 10 at the half. Scott Moore with it in the middle of the lane, and he's fouled. And Scott will earn a trip to the line. It's his first trip to the stripe tonight for Girard. Scott yet to enter the scoring column, which is rare for Girard, for Moore not to have any points in a half. First shot on the way from Moore is good. Our computer decided to quit on life, and that's why we're having these troubles. But hopefully now we're back and underway and all good. Second shot on the way from Scott Moore is good. 2 points for Moore. Trojans trim the lead down to 8, and they're applying a little bit of pressure to Galena, hopefully just trying to disrupt their timing a little bit on the offensive end. It wasn't a lot of pressure. Bodkin with it on the wing off the pass from Perry, gives it up to Cox. He'll put the ball on the floor into the lane and gets Scott Moore off his feet and able to get that one to fall. That's 14 points tonight for Cox, and the lead back to 10 for Galena. Bourne with it. Now Cullen. Near side to Salmons. Back up top to Cam Smith, who put on the floor. Back to Salmons. And Bourne steps into a three and drills it. Trojans are going to need a lot of threes to get back in this one. Lead down to 7, though. Cox with it, top of the key. Gives it up to Botkin on the wing. Down low to Perry, working baseline. Pushes off on Cullen, loses it. Ends up in the hands of Kimberling. Into the corner to Botkin. Three on the way is good. 5 points tonight for Botkin. Back to a 10-point lead for Galena. Smith gives it up to Scott Moore in the lane, and they're going to whistle him for a travel as he kind of ended up in a collision in the middle of that spin move, and it ended up in him taking an extra step before he gets the shot off. Botkin will handle it up the floor, ahead to Kimberling on the wing. Up top to Cox, top of the key, now to Botkin on the wing. Back up top to Adams. Now Cox with it. Gives it up to Perry, working against Cullen. Back to Cox on the wing. Now Botkin with it on the wing, down to Perry, working against Cullen, down low. Ben does a bit of acting, it doesn't pay off, and Perry gets the shot to fall.
Yeah, it's worth it to try.
Yeah, and there we was initiating the contact down there.
Yeah.
Salmons gives it up to Smith, back up top to Bourne, down the lane, shot no good, rebound Scott Moore, his putback no good, and Cox comes away with it, but his pass stolen by Bourne, and he's fouled by Cox.
Fouls on number 34, Quentin Cox, his team second. To the line, shooting to number 1, Ranson Bourne.
That's 2 on Cox, and it'll send Ransom Moore to the line to shoot a pair for the Trojans, trying to cut this back down to a 10-point lead. Bourne's first shot is good.
Subbing in for the Trojans, number 23, Blake Brokaw.
Blake Brokaw into the game for Girard, replacing Cullen.
trying to keep Ben fresh. He's guarded Jack Smith most of the night, or I'm sorry, Jack Perry most of the night, and that's a good way to wear yourself out. Second shot no good for Bourne. He's got 6. Into corner to Cox. He'll hand it off to Perry, who's trapped in the corner, gives it back to Cox. I don't think that was a shot, but Brocob ended up blocking it. Bourne, long 3 on the way, in and out, rebound Cox. 11-point lead for Galena as Botkin brings it up the floor, gives it up to Jack Perry, guarded by Cam Smith. Cox with it. Hands it off to Kimberling, drives into Scott Moore. Scoop layup, no good, and he wasn't bailed out by a foul call. And the Trojans will get it back. Ranson Bourne gets it back. Middle of the lane to Siler Salmons. Siler will turn around and shoot. His shot no good, rebounded by Brocob. And a held ball, and it will give it over to Galena.
Subbing in for the Bulldogs, number 13, Evan Wittenmeyer. And for the Trojans, number 5, Harrison Burke.
Harrison Burke into the game. Siler Salmons will sit. Burke had to leave the game earlier with blood. Appeared he got that stopped. Zane Adams with it, guarded by Brocob. He'll put it on the floor. Over to Perry on the wing. Perry will put it on the floor, working against Cam Smith. Baseline, back over to Cox. Runs into Burke. Out to Botkin. His shot no good. Rebound Smith coming back the other way. Gives it up to Burke. Baseline elevates his shot off the mark. Adams comes away with it. And now Botkin will handle up the 4 for Galena. Missed opportunity there for the Trojans. Perry with it. Gives it up to Cox. Now Adams back to Cox. Handoff to Perry. Up top to Botkin, guarded by Burke. Down low to Cox. Working against Scott Moore. Step through, shot no good. Rebound Moore. Quickly ahead to Brocob, driving baseline, working against Cox, and Blake is fouled. And that's 3 on Cox now. And he's wanting a breather, and Jack LaTurner set to check into the game for Galena. And you're giving up a bit of height when you sit Cox and bring LaTurner into the game. First shot on the way from Brocob, no good off the back iron.
Subbing in for the Bulldogs, number 25, Jack LaTurner.
Second shot on the way from Brocob, no good off the front iron. Not a lot of arch on that shot. And Trojans still trailing by 11. They've left points on the board the last couple times down the floor. Perry going to work on Smith, drives baseline, going to the reverse, no good, rebound Brocob. Quickly ahead to Bourne, into the lane to Scott Moore, working into LaTurner, off the glass and good. I think that's Scott Moore's first field goal of the night. It is. He's got 4 points. The Trojans cut the lead to 9. Perry walking the ball up the floor. He'll give it up to Zane Adams. Now LaTurner with it, back to Perry. Adams with it on the wing, now back to Perry. Botkin with it on the wing. Driving, tries to lob it over the top to Perry, but their timing was off. And the Trojans come away with the turnover. Smith with it. Has to pick up his dribble over the top to Brocob. Pass tipped away by Adams. Adams fast, gets to it off the glass and good. First bucket of the night for Adams, and the lead is back to 11 for Galena. There's timeout on the floor, full timeout. We'll take it as well. Trojans trailing by 11. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, well, out standing in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Welcome back to 10-hour Taylor. Trojans trailing by 11 here in this third quarter to the Galena Bulldogs. They trailed by 10 at the half and have been unable to make up any ground here early in this third quarter. It's just kind of a weird game. It has been all night, and Girard was keeping it close till like the last couple minutes of that second quarter, which you did not see because our computer quit on life. But Galena able to pull away to a 10-point lead and really been able to just kind of keep the Trojans at arm's length here for most of this third quarter. Bourne with ball on the inbound. He'll bring it across the timeline for the Trojans. Now Cam Smith on the wing into the corner to Brocobb, guarded by LaTurner. Burke with it, over to Smith. Back to Brocobb, shot from the far side, rebound Burke. And Trojan crowd wanted a foul. No call. If that was in the girls' game, there would have been a foul for sure. As they swatted at the ball. Perry's floating finger roll in the lane is good. Perry's got 8 points.
A very quiet 8
yes.
points. For Jack Perry, of course.
Ransom Bourne going to launch a three and hits.
There you go.
He's got 9 points, 7 of them coming in this quarter.
Don't call it a comeback, Josh.
It's not.
All right.
Kevin Whitmire with it. He's 10 points. 10 points. Now Botkin with it at the top. LaTurner with it on the wing, gives it up to, I'll call it a comeback if he nicks another three.
Not this guy.
Perry. Down low to LaTurner, wide open as the Trojan defense tries to collapse on Perry, and he passes out of the triple team and finds a wide open Jack LaTurner under the bucket.
That kid doesn't need to shoot if he's passing like that.
Bourne drives baseline, picks up his dribble, needs some help. Cross court to Cam Smith. Into the lane, jump stop, kicks it over to Bourne. He'll take another three off the mark, tipped around, rebound comes down to Botkin. Under 20 seconds to play third quarter. Trojans trailing by 12. Botkin directing traffic. He'll give it up to Whittenmeyer. Into the corner to Kimberling. Drives baseline. Over Moore. Won't go. Rebound Harrison Burke as Kimberling slow to get up. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Trojans trailing by 12, 1 quarter left to play. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Yeah, Daryl, at this point, I'd categorize most of my life as a chicken emergency.
Yeah, wanting fried chicken just about all the time.
Having one right now. Trojans trailing by 12. Get the ball into Scott Moore off the glass and good for Moore.
Scott Moore.
6 points for Moore. Trojans cut the lead back down to 10, but they're going to have to get a lot of things to go their way here. Ben Cullen back into the game to try and stymie Jack Perry. Good luck with that. And Kimmerling with it up top, driving down the lane. His pass deflected, and it goes out of bounds off of his skull, and it will be Trojan ball.
Well, 10-point game with 7.5 to go. You're not out of this by any means.
No.
Jack Perry's had a very slow game. You keep him maintained to that, you're got the best formula to beat this Galena team.
Harrison Burke swinging it around now. Salmons with it, down low to Scott Moore. Into the corner to Burke, 3 on the way short. Rebound, Cullen off the glass and good. Ben Cullen, 6 points tonight. The lead is down to
just 8.
Yeah. Kimberling with it, gives it up to Jack Perry. Over to Botkin, right in front of the Galena bench. To Kimberling, top of the key. Back to Perry, in front of the Trojan student section. Botkin leaps up to catch that one, as Burke trying to guard him. He's not just trying, he's doing it. LaTurner gives it back to Botkin, baseline. He'll drive out, elevates, buys a little bit of space. Shot no good. Rebound tracked down by Moore, and Salmons will handle it up the floor. Gets it to Cullen, top of the key. Back to Salmons. Baseline for Burke. Back to Salmons. He'll take a 3. Off the mark. Rebound comes down to Brocob. His shot no good. Blake gets his own rebound off the glass and good. 11 points for Brocob. The lead's down to 6.
That's very quickly going to send Quentin Cox back into the game, straight to the scores table.
Blake Brocob getting 3 rebounds in a row. That'll do that. LaTurner gives it up to Botkin. Now Kimberling with it. Back to LaTurner on the wing. And the Trojans showing no respect for his shooting ability. Now Perry with it. Gives it up to LaTurner, and he's fouled by Scott Moore, who was really trying to avoid it, but just couldn't quite.
Well, look at that. Should be on the floor.
Yep.
But it was kind of weird how he just kind of slid down his back.
Yeah, he was really trying to avoid coming down on top of him. And
couldn't quite
looked awkward. I mean, Burke and Siler Salmons will sit. Bourne and Smith back into the game for Girard. In over the top to Botkin. Kicks it over to Zane Adams. Now back to Botkin, driving into the lane. Bounce pass to Cox. His shot's good, and they're going to whistle a foul, I believe, on Ben Cullen. It is on Cullen. That's his first foul tonight. Cox is playing a heck of a game, trying to complete the 3-point play right here. Push that lead back to 9, and he does. Cox is 3 for 3 from the line tonight. He's got 17 points. Came in talking about Jack Perry. He's got 8. Trojans doing a great job on him, but just like the first time these two teams met, somebody else is doing the damage for Galena. And the fact that you can't just shut Perry down, probably what makes Galena one of the best teams in all of Class 3A. Smith with it up top, into the lane to Moore. Turnaround jumper, off the mark. Rebound Cullen. Put back is good. Timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. Let's keep it right here. The Trojans starting to get a little bit fired up, and that's a good thing.
Exactly right. Tell you what they need to do is on the defensive side, they need to stop collapsing. I mean,
well, if they don't, then Cox is just kind of eating them up on the inside.
Well, here's what I mean is every time someone dribbles inside and gets a little bit of penetration, both Scott Moore and that other backside defender, whoever it's going to be, most of the time it's Cullen, they will suck up both of them towards that dribble penetration, and then that leaves a wide open pass to either Cox or whoever else finds themselves wide open down low. That's been the cause for most of Cox's points tonight, is a double team ensuing on a person, and then Cox is left wide open under the basket. We saw it with that missed dunk. We saw it with basically all of his points besides his free throws.
And looking back at the first game these teams played this year, that dribble penetration really kind of ate the Trojans up.
Yes.
In that one, I think maybe they're trying to overcompensate for what happened the first time around. And the first time around, Quentin Cox didn't play 3/4 of that game.
Exactly.
So he's the one killing him here because they adjusted to what Galena was doing without him on the floor. Oh, Botkin almost mishandled it. Bourne almost came away with a steal, but Botkin able to get it back, gets it off to Adams, and Adams returns it. Now Perry with it way up top as Galena realizing, hey, we don't really have to do a whole lot. We can just burn this clock. Perry with it over the top to Botkin on the wing. Now to Cox, top of the key, back to Botkin. He'll take a three and hits. Well,
that one stings.
Yep, that one kind of makes it real rough. Bourne's shot no good, rebound Cullen. And Perry takes it away from him along with a lot of arm. And no whistle, and Galena gets the ball back, leading by 10. 4 minutes and change left to play. Botkin with it up top. Zane Adams, now Perry. Up top for Cox. He kind of motioned to Scott Moore, come on out and guard me, but just going to stand here. Botkin guarded by Cullen. Perry goes to work on Smith. Back to Botkin as Cullen left him to help with Jack Perry, and Botkin makes him pay as he's warming up again. He's got 6 points in this fourth quarter, all of them from beyond the arc. He's got 9 points in the second half, all of them from beyond the arc. Cam Smith steps inside the line, pulls up for a shot, and it's good. First bucket of the night for Cam Smith. Trojans trailing by 11. Adams up top for Botkin. Perry with it on the wing, guarded by Smith. Back up top. And now Botkin with it again. Cox at the top of the key. Gives it back to Botkin. Back to Perry. Perry with it. Perry spinning. Gets Scott Moore off his feet. Spins baseline, and it's good. It's hard to stop him when he gets that deep.
I was going to say, I don't know if anything was stopping him from scoring on that drive. He was going ISO the whole way.
Bourne down the baseline. Reverse layup is good. Timeout on the floor. Full timeout. We'll take it as well. Trojans trailing by 11. 2:09 left to play. You watch Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor. Trojans trailing by 11, 2:09 to play, fourth quarter, and we were talking off the air, Daryl, and this is a tough one. because they were right there with Galena for most of this game. And, they're still playing, but I wonder if the Trojans are going to be able to shake this one off, because a tough loss to Colgan for homecoming, and then this loss tonight again to Galena. And I was just saying, none of these teams down here locally are in the Trojan sub-state. And it'll be real interesting Friday night when we hit the road up to Garnett to take on Anderson County to see what kind of team gets off the bus for Girard. We know what we're going to get with the girls, but it'll be interesting to see how the boys react as Salmons fouls Thatcher Botkin in the backcourt. That's 3 on Salmons. Stevens into the game, replacing Ranson Bourne, will take a seat. It's an into Botkin, guarded by Salmons. Gets it across the timeline. Now Perry with it, guarded by Cam Smith. Smith's whistled for the reach-in foul.
Number 22, Cam Smith, his third, team fifth.
And that'll send probably the last guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Maybe the entire state of Kansas.
Of course, we said that. He'll go for 2 from the stripe now. Hits the first one.
Jack Perry doesn't go for 2 from the free throw line. We've gotten lucky that he's scored. What does he have, double digits now?
Yeah, that's 11.
Well, I was about to say we got lucky he's only scored less than double digits today.
You're lucky he's only scored 11.
You're lucky
Make it 12.
he didn't want to score 23 tonight. He felt more like passing tonight.
Smith handled across the timeline for the Trojans. 1:40 to play. Girard trailing by 13. Middle of the lane to Scott Moore. Moore shovel pass out to Ranson Bourne. He'll sidestep. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Siler Salmons. Off the glass and good. That's the lead to 11. Perry gets it across the timeline. Trojans not fouling. He gives it up to Cox, who, once you have that deep a position, it's going to be hard to stop him. Scott Moore gave it a shot, but Cox scored. And I'll get his total here in a minute as Brocob handling, guarded by Kimberling. Down low to Moore. Turn around in the lane, no good. Rebound Cox. He's got 19, Cox does.
Woo! He's had a big day.
Yeah.
He's had a very big day.
Sleep well tonight. And Moore picks up his second. It'll send Thatcher Botkin to the line as he's all alone on that end of the floor. The rest of the Galena defenders, well, they're not defenders yet, but they will be. Head down to the defensive end. Botkin hits the first. That's his 10th point of this second half. He's got 12. Misses the second. Smith with it. 45 seconds to play. Bourne with it into the corner to Brocob. Back up top. Salmons will launch a 3. No good off the back iron. Gets his own rebound. Put back off the glass is good. Salmons has 4 points, all of them here in this fourth quarter. And another timeout, a full one. We'll take it as well. 34.9 left to play. Trojans down by 12. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to 10-hour Taylor. Trojans trailing by 12. to the Galena Bulldogs. Levi Blair into the game as see the 5 on the floor right now are Brokaw, Bourne, Salmons, Stevens, and Blair. Not a lot of size out there right now for the Trojans. We get over to Jack Perry, and he's fouled by Salmons. That'll be 4 on Seiler. Salmons is like, you know what? I'm just going to foul out of this thing. 29.6 left.
I gotta say, I am so confused. I saw a lot of not at the play, Josh. I'm confused. There was a lot of commotion over in the Girard student section. I think a young man chugged a 2-liter.
And exploded? That's what happened.
I don't know. But there was a lot of clapping, and then that was it.
And then diabetic shock.
Yeah.
Jack Perry hit the first one, and he drills them both. 4 of 4 from the stripe here in this fourth quarter and for the night, actually. Now a 14-point lead for Galena. Quick shot on the way by Burke. No good. Rebound, Thatcher Botkin.
Well, that'll be all she wrote.
And that'll do it. Trojans fall 59-45 to the Galena Bulldogs. Galena will improve to 13-0 on the season, 7-0 in the CNC. Trojan boys fall to 4-10 on the season, and hung in there for a while, but then about halfway through that second quarter, Galena able to pull away and take a 10-point lead into the half, never really looked back. And Trojans going to have to regroup for a road game in Garnett Friday night against the Anderson County. What are Anderson County? Are they the Bulldogs too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anderson County Bulldogs. I felt weird, but that's right.
Week of the Bulldogs.
That's right. And long road trip up to Garnett. Hopefully Trojans can shake this one off and gather themselves up, because these games against these teams in Southeast Kansas are not I mean, you want to win them, but your sub-state opponents are from further north. And Trojans are going to have to shake this one off and go to work against a future sub-state opponent in Anderson County coming up next week. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the Eastside Cafe post-game show, get a chance perhaps to talk to Coach Westcott, and eventually put a bow on this one from Girard. And I'm surprised I still have a voice. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the healthcare needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at GirardMedicalCenter.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium, getting set for the Eastside Cafe post-game show, brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in all of Crawford County, 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard, proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. So let's go ahead and give you some of these post-game stats as the Trojans fall 59-45 tonight to the Galena Bulldogs. First for Galena, they're led in scoring by Quentin Cox. He had 19 points. Did not see that coming in the pregame. Jack Perry had 14. Thatcher Botkin with 12. So 3 guys in double figures for Galena. Lincoln Kimberling was sniffing at it. He had 9. Evan Wittenmeyer with 1. Zane Adams and Jack LaTurner with 2 points each to round out the scoring for Galena. For the Trojans, they're led in scoring by Ransom Bourne. He had 11. Ben Cullen with 8. Scott Moore with 6, Blake Brocob with 11, Siler Salmons with 4, Harrison Burke with 3, and Cam Smith with a bucket to round out the scoring for the Girard Trojans. So we talked about it before the break that the Trojans just kind of got to shake this one off because Friday night you got a long road trip up to Garnett to take on Anderson County, and they are in our sub-state. So definitely want to get an edge over those guys mentally and in the scoreboard as well, and hopefully get this one turned around in a positive direction heading into sub-state. If you're the Trojan boys, your Trojan girls, you just want to keep on keeping on because what they're doing and what they've done all season is working real well for them. They look confident shooting the ball tonight, and that loss to Colgan, while a tough one, kind of an aberration for those girls this year, especially when you look at like the 3-point shooting and such, the nobody in double figures. It was just kind of a weird game for the Trojan girls, and that's what sometimes happens when the Panthers and the Trojans match up. Sometimes it's Colgan having a weirdly uncharacteristic game, but this last week it was the Trojans, and so the girls bounced back strong tonight, got a big win over Galena. But they're an opponent that the Trojans handled easily earlier in the year, did so again tonight. And I don't know much about the Anderson County girls. No one does. And we'll figure that out, though, getting ready for Friday night. And I do know that usually Garnett has some good size coming into the game, so it'll be interesting to see how the Trojans match up. They had a great game on the boards tonight, did the girls, and so hopefully we can keep that going Friday night. I think we just step away for a break, maybe get Coach Westcott up here, and if not, we'll take another break and then go home, Daryl.
Sounds great.
Yeah. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com. Preserving traditions for those who follow.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Spouse.
Sure.
Yeah. Welcome back to Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium. Trojans fall tonight, 59-45 to the Galena Bulldogs. Right now we're joined by head coach Rod Westcott. And coach, there's no such thing as a good loss, but this game just felt weird to me from the get-go, and I thought it's, had to do with the disease I've been suffering with all week, but I think it was just one of those weird games. It was a strange atmosphere and playing the zone and passing the ball around. I mean, strange night.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. I mean, they're undefeated for a reason, and they keep things pretty simple. They play that zone, and you got to hit some shots. And we hit some shots to make it interesting, but they hit a few more. So I thought we did some good things tonight, but you got to be able to attack that zone and finish. And we were able to do that at times tonight, but we got to be a little more consistent. I thought the guys did some good things tonight. I thought we played hard. I thought Ben and Cam did a good job on Jack tonight. I mean, he's a nice player, and he hit some tough shots on us again, but those two really battled hard. Blake, was able to come off the bench during that first half and knock down some big shots for us, kind of open things up, and something he's very capable of doing, and we were glad to see that happen, and hopefully, that can continue.
I kind of jokingly referred to it all night throughout the game, but do you know what's behind the crew cuts? It looks like,
you like that?
Blake and Ben and Schwartzy all have the same barber.
I don't know, but anyways, maybe it did something. Ben had some good putbacks tonight, had some nice offensive boards, was able to finish, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
We just got to clean up a couple little things. Ransom was able to finally hit a couple big threes there in that second half, and Scotty, he's drawn a lot of attention. It seemed like every time he touched it, he'd have 2 or 3 guys on him, so which he should be used to by now because that's how everybody's playing us. So we got to keep plugging along. We'll see Anderson County Friday night. Get ready for the long trip up there, and probably a long time at the game. I think we get to see another homecoming Friday night.
Oh, wow. Right
enjoy
on.
that one.
Yeah, I will. And we talked about it during the broadcast that, you guys had a kind of a rough run through the CNC this year, but none of these teams are in your sub-state. And so Anderson County, a sub-state opponent. No?
All the leagues in our sub-state.
Oh, we shifted them again this year? We don't get the Burlington, Anderson County, Prairie View?
It's just like volleyball did. There's 16 teams in our sub-state.
Huh.
And they'll divide them up 1 through 16. And the first 2 rounds will be played at the higher seeds home gym.
Okay.
And then the championships will be played at Columbus. And there'll be 2 champion team, 2 boys teams and 2 girls teams that come out of this sub-state that get to go to the state tournament. So I think it's a better deal. It's something the coaches have been pushing for. And, there's been so many years where, we've been tough and somebody in our league's tough and we end up same sub-state. Somebody's getting left at home. And this gives you an opportunity to hopefully see some better teams. It gives you an opportunity for teams out of the same league to both make it to the state tournament. So.
Well, that's interesting, and look forward to seeing that. I'm just glad that we don't have a sub-state in some exotic location like Prairie View.
First rounds that will be on the road for us. We're probably not going to be in the top 8 seeding-wise, so we'll see where we're going. But we could have a trip, so we'll see.
All right. Well, Coach, good luck next week or coming up Friday night. We'll be with you in Garnett for Anderson County. But I can't tell you, I'm so happy to hear that we're not going to have to drive to Garnett 6 times for sub-state. And wish you guys all the best luck on the road next week. Or, gosh, I keep calling it next week. It's Friday night. And it feels like a long time from now. And we'll be with you for sub-state.
Sounds good, man.
All right, that's head coach Rod Westcott of the Girard Trojans. They fall tonight to the Galena Bulldogs 59-45 in what we all kind of agree was a weird game. But Trojan girls get the win. Trojan boys take the loss, and back in action for a boys-girls doubleheader Friday night. Girls game tips at 6. Boys game to follow. We'll have pregame for you around about 5:30 from Anderson County, and hopefully computers and internets and all those things.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We'll get it all hammered out and have that for you coming up Friday night on Girard Sports Live. Our post-game coach interview is brought to you by Community Bank, National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Daryl, I think stick a fork in me, bud. I think I'm about done. It's they're going to turn the lights off on us if we don't get out of here. So for Daryl McLeod and the now absent BJ Harris, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at Varsity Sports Live.